Hello tonight, internet people. And tonight we're going to talk about a major cultural event that you may have missed, okay? The show A Perfect Match debuted on Netflix. For those of you not familiar, this is yet another one of Nick Lachey's vapid dating shows. And I can't help myself but at least pay attention to them because they're such a great educational tool for where we are in our current culture, okay? How many people watch these? The production quality of these shows, the amount of them that they put out, all of these things tell you so much about where we are in our culture and where we're going and why that's a good or bad thing. And if it's any indication, this particular show is a bad sign. Okay, you have a bunch of people from former shows they've brought on, and they're all going to try and find their match. And I think it was my art teacher in high school. He had this quote that he just hung on the wall, and it was there for years. And this is an art teacher that I took like every year. I would take at least one of this guy's classes, and it said something like, "Regular people talk about people. Good people talk about events. Great people talk about ideas." And you watch this show, and I only got through like maybe 2 episodes of it. It was so vapid and nebulous. These people, first of all, they're kids. They're kids, and even if they're not kids, they might be in their 30s. But good God, they're like kids. They come on this show. They don't know how to discuss anything except themselves and what fashion they're currently into. You listen to these conversations, and it's like the worst date you've ever been on in your life. Okay, like I just cannot wait to get out of here. Okay, to get away from this person. Like, bring me the check. I'll pay whatever it takes. Get me out of here. You know, the star of the show was like, I think she's a Canadian girl. She's an influencer. They're all influencers. They're all influencers. She's an influencer from like a former show where, was it called The Voice? I saw you got kicked off if this little triangular voice thing told you you'd lost points or what. Anyway, she's from that, and she's extremely skinny. She's very attractive, and that's it. That's the only thing about her. She's the star of the show. She's the one that like all the dudes are like, I really want to be with her. And there's nothing. There's at no point in the show does she open up her mouth and say a single interesting thing. Not one. All right? They haven't read a book. They haven't seen a good documentary. All right? They haven't had a discussion with somebody outside of their tax bracket that was meaningful in any way. Maybe they've never had their ass handed to them in a sport. I don't know what the problem is. I just know they're all really, really pretty. Even the guys. The guys are pretty. That's not a good thing. Okay? You will never hear me say a dude is pretty as a compliment. Okay? If you're pretty, it means you need to go like get yourself either jacked up or maybe get in a fight or something, get yourself a crooked nose, something that adds character to you. Okay? It's like Michael Douglas. Okay? I like to point out Michael Douglas in this regard. Michael Douglas walks onto a screen, or Clint Eastwood or any of these classic actors walk onto a screen, and they might not have been the best looking dude, but they had a presence. You had to respect them. They were men, okay? And these guys, they're not men. They're just dudes. Like they've never made a decision in their life that was going to cost them anything. You know? And I just don't, that's really the test of, to me, what being a man is the day you have to make a decision that decision one or decision two, one of them, both of them are going to cost you something. All right. And you're going to have to walk through that door and deal with it. And that's it. You're going to lose something from this decision. You're going to gain something, but you're going to lose something. That's the day that you have to make that choice. You become a man. And it's like these guys have never encountered that. And these women have never been told no. Or they just keep making the same bad relationship decisions. It's a depressing show. If you're trying to find some future hope for the youth of the world. And I mean, go ahead, watch it, have fun. It's really fun to watch and just like make fun of how incredibly empty some of these people are. It's incredible.